Now a timeout called by Miami.
Well, he's got to be disappointed with his team's play over the course of this run. Thus the timeout. You got to talk things over, try to get back into the game.
Something has to change for them as they haven't looked good at all during this run, so a timeout is appropriate here.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Wade outside. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Deng kicks to Haslem. The pass to Wade. And nothing is falling for him right now. Duncan outside. He kicks it to Parker. Got it up. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
Big boost from their bench there, guys, in that first quarter. They did a nice job coming in and really giving this team a lift.
Yeah, it's a nice attribute to have. Firepower coming off the pine early. That's good stuff.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And it's Splitter in at the 5 spot.
Well, Mario Chalmers coming into last season made a bet with Ray Allen about how much each could slim down and get in peak shape. It seemed to pay dividends for Chalmers in particular, who had probably the best season of his NBA career.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And that one falls for Splitter.
And Chalmers really not the quickest point guard in the league, but he has active hands defensively and pretty good feet. And those takeaways help get the Heat out in the open court, which certainly plays to their strengths. You know, he may lack grace, but his length makes up for it. He can still throw it down now.
Well, you don't have to be a fantastic leaper when you're his size.
Well, it's too bad because with a little more athleticism, can you imagine how dangerous he'd be underneath the boards?
Here is Splitter.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Miami.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And they're getting out in transition, too. Finding some easy points on the fast break.
Good on the second free throw. Wade with it. Outside Bosch. From deep. And that's good. Mario Chalmers for 3. Chalmers has got 5. And Chalmers, more of a role player for the Heat. Not a huge playmaker, Steve, but he can knock down open threes.
Yeah, he's an efficient scorer, and his passing has gotten better over the last couple of seasons. He's a perfect role player for Miami because he can guard opposing point guards extremely well and then slide off the ball when Wade has it.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, we all know that Manu Ginobili has had a terrific career playing mostly as a sixth man. Ginobili said, I don't think it was a big sacrifice. Maybe at first it was a little painful on the ego, but when I got in, all the plays were for me. I started to feel confident in that role. Now I enjoy it, and I don't even want to start. Kevin?
Doris, he puts pragmatism over ego. Thank you. Now here's Bosch. It is flushed down with a nice jam.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and a terrific finish.
And here's Green outside. Will it go? No good from Duncan. The Heat leading by 7. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Leonard. The drive by Green, and that comes off the assist by Duncan. Green's got 5 now.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Now here is Haslem. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. No good on the triple. Spurs trail by 5.
Well, you watch the Spurs and see how versatile they are, unselfishly finding the open guy. They can be surgical at times in their precision. It's not a surprise that they dominated the Eastern Conference last year and year to year here recently.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find some, you're right. Here's Duncan, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
As you would expect the Spurs to do, they dismantled the East last year. The top team in the West usually does that against the East, and that was the case with the Spurs. 24-6, best in the West.
Three-pointer, Wade. Another miss by Wade. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Green against Chalmers. It's stolen by Haslett. And here we go with Dang running it up the floor. And he gets it to go. Wade's got his second bucket.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Well, for the Spurs, it wasn't, Clark, that they were just winning against the East. They were, more often than not, blowing Eastern Conference teams away.
Kevin, they would finish with an average margin of victory just under double digits. And that gives you an idea of how dominant they were versus the East. There were very few teams that they had trouble with.
So both teams making some changes here. 1:53 left in the first half of the game. Down low. Leaps for it, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
They have no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there. Not as much success from behind the arc right now. I'd expect them to try to work the ball inside a little bit. I mean, it's one thing to knock down threes, but when they're not falling, I think he's got to go inside a little more as the game goes on.
Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket. Patty Mills last season had his best season ever. Really remade his body in the offseason, adding muscle, cutting down on his body fat. Already one of the quickest players in the league. He got even quicker.
And Mills getting quality minutes at the backup point guard position.
Yeah, and for a player who spent time in the D-League, playing in China and his native Australia, and it seems he's really solidified his place as an NBA player, Kevin, in part because he's refocused on conditioning his body and really developed as an outside shooter.
Now here's Granger. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. On the wing, Williams. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
He really made that mismatch pay off. A defender giving up that much size isn't going to be able to put up much resistance near the basket.
The Spurs have not defended well against Williams.
He has 8 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
Well, that's obviously not a big number, but he's been doing some valuable defensive work for him.
And here are the Heat now. Ginobili missing from long range. And they're moving it up. Pushing it up. Finished off the break. Ginobili's got 7 points in the game.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
Kicks to Cole. Heat moving the ball around. On the wing, Williams. Back to Granger. Puts up a 3. And he gets it to go. Granger's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, they've settled into a pretty nice groove here offensively in the second quarter.
Yeah, I like the way they picked up the pace shooting the ball. I mean, the field goal percentage upwards of 50% now.
Ayers dishes to Mills. And it's San Antonio with another.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
11 seconds left to play in the first half. And Cole kicks to Williams. Granger passes to McRoberts. A three-pointer, no good.
Well, I'm with Eric.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Haslam and Bosch up front. Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. And it's Dang in at the small forward. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Now, here's Chalmers. Wade has the open look. Off target from three-point range.
Last season, Coach Popovich of the San Antonio Spurs winning his 5th NBA championship. One of only 5 NBA coaches in the league's history to win that many rings. He's one of the all-time greats.
Leonard against Dang. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 3 assists now in this one. Spurs trail by 8. Parker outside. Outside, Green. This one for 3. Again, the miss by Green.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Wade with it. He's picked up by Parker. Shoots. Another miss by Wade.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
The drive by Green. Parker outside. Back to Green. The 3. That doesn't go either for Green.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Parker kicks to Splitter. And Duncan with the basket on the assist by Splitter. And that's now 6 points for Tim Duncan. The Heat leading by 8. And it's Dang in the corner. Out left to the wing. Haslam can't get it to go. Spurs have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Leonard attacking. Outside, Green. Into Tim Duncan. Stolen by Bosch. And here comes the break. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession.
19 seconds of the shot.
Wade from outside. Rebound San Antonio. Splitter's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs, not necessarily a glamour franchise, but maybe the NBA's model franchise. The longest streak of 50-win seasons in league history, 5 championships, and a litany of former Spurs working as head coaches and GMs around the league. Tim Duncan said people aren't envious of their image, but they're envious of how they run things. They get it done, Kevin.
They sure do. An incredible run. Thanks, Doris.
You know, I get the feeling that Tim Duncan would make a mean poker player. With his reluctance to display emotion on the court, it's pretty clear when he's on the court, the big fundamental is all business.
Wade from outside. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Chalmers has got 3 assists now in this one. Left side, Leonard. Inside. Parker dishes to Leonard. Here's Green. Another one falls for San Antonio.
And you talk about Duncan's reserved demeanor, snubbed from the All-Star game last season, but you never hear him complain. That's just not how he does things.
Now here is Haslam. Chalmers passed away. And again, Miami with the triple.
Great awareness by Mario Chalmers on that feed.
Here's Parker. And for Duncan, as respected Clark as he is, you wonder if he's gotten the recognition that he truly deserves.
Well, it's like a lot of things, Kevin. Sometimes you don't truly appreciate it until it's gone. But he's one of the 10 best players of all time in my book. Consistency, high-level performance, championships, every measure you use to evaluate him makes him one of the 10 best to play.
Here's Haslam following the score by Tony Parker. Passes it to Chalmers. And Haslam kicks to Wade. And the Heat, another three.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
It's Parker with the drive. The shot is off. And Miami the other way now.
Ouch. Another miss to add to what's been a miserable game for him from the field.
Timeout called, the Heat. Both teams deciding to change it up. The Heat leading by 9. And Williams, here we go. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, the Spurs, because of their way of conducting business and their low-key personality, have never really been ratings darlings for the NBA, despite being considered and respected as a model franchise in the league. The team's color of silver and black, I think, fits their style. So, not really flashy or gaudy, but it does point out their business-like approach, and how precise they play and how much they win.
And you look at the Spurs' lack of branding, if you will. It starts from the top down, from Coach Popovich to Tim Duncan. They don't court media attention. They're close to the vest, all business, all about winning.
And the Spurs look for a certain kind of player, Clark. I know you're interested in this. The players they get are uninterested in the spotlight. Pop calls them guys that have gotten over themselves.
That's a great way to phrase it, because they're others-focused and not self-focused. And that's something that really lends itself well in a culture which glamorizes the I and not the group. And you can see it in the Spurs. They are all about business, and all of the extra stuff is not what appeals to them. They're interested in winning and having fun and enjoying each other, and that's why they're a championship organization and team.
That's a good blueprint.
Yes, it is.
Now here's Granger, and that one's good. And it's an 11-point Heat lead.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Day kicks to Mills. Deflects the pass. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And a good job by the officials getting together and going to the replay. I mean, remember how frustrating it was before the rule was implemented to see a replay of an easily correctable call?
Yeah, I think the straw that finally broke the camel's back, Clark, was in the 2002 Western Conference Finals. Remember the Lakers beat the Kings by 1 point in that critical Game 4, and that came after LA was awarded a three-pointer at halftime that was clearly after the buzzer.
How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, let's do it. I love the way this play developed. And I think this offense really thrives off of plays like that. Turned it into an easy basket.
On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Mills and Manu at the guards. Jeff Ayers out there with Boris Diaw. And it's Day in at the small forward position. Granger dishes to Anderson. Fires for 3. Mick Roberts misses.
Tough three-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
Williams kicks to Anderson. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Anderson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Miami. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Heat.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And the other thing, guys, defensively, a great job of closing out and blocking shots.
It's Williams with the drive. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
It's picked off. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
20 seconds on the shot clock. 20.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Mills. Manu Ginobili on the wing. All sorts of time. The rebound by McRoberts. McRoberts has got his 4th rebound in this one. Williams passes to Cole. Miami no good on that time either. Spurs trail by 11. Day dishes to Mills, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Nice touch near the hoop.
Here's Cole. Here is McRoberts. And Cole kicks to Granger. It's Anderson with the drive. Takes it out with both hands and rips it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't bet against him in that situation next time.
Well, Heat leading by 9. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Cole. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Norris Cole played his college ball at Cleveland State, but was a state champion at Dayton Dunbar High School. He's a quick scoring guard that you bring in off the bench, not only to push the tempo offensively, but to provide some real havoc defensively.
And Norris Cole, Steve, more a scoring guard than a playmaker.
Yeah, he picks his spots, Kevin. You know, still searching for that efficiency offensively that would put him over the top, but really found a niche for himself alongside Wade in Miami.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
And Haslam kicks to Chalmers. Offensive rebound. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. Third minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Wade passes to Chalmers. Wade with it. Leonard picks him up. Chalmers dishes to Bosh. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, the NBA continues to get better at analyzing data and charting game results. Shouldn't surprise you that players shoot better off the catch than they do off the dribble. It's a big reason passing and ball movement tends to be more effective than one-on-one isolation play.
And Clark, you mentioned the value of passing over isolation basketball. The term has even arisen for that one-man approach. They call it, Steve, hero ball.
Yeah, I think Doc Rivers may have made up that phrase. I love it. It's so true. You can't win with hero ball. You really have to share the basketball. The game is meant to be played with 5 players moving, passing, cutting, and sharing the ball, creating good shots for each other.
Dang kicks to Wade. Ring shot on the way. Rebound San Antonio. Duncan's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Green inside. Defended by Chalmers. That's in, and the Miami lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Green. Miami's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Here's Haslam. Again, the miss by the Heat. For the Spurs, this one's not looking good. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. Splitter, that's good.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. I mean, defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
Leonard with the steal. Right side Leonard. It's tipped. Stolen by Wade. He feeds it to Haslam. Heat moving the ball around. Dang passes to Haslam. Wade with it. He's picked up by Parker. Chalmers dishes to Wade. And Dang, here we go. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Certainly that shot well within his range.
I would hope so.
Especially when he caps it off with the steady one-handed jam.
The feed to Green. There's the triple. The shot no good. Wade with the defensive effort.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
And now just watching the clock wind down in what will turn out to be a win here for the Heat.
You're right there, Steve. One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them. Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
You always need role players to step up and help, and that was the case here. Everything was working for Dwayne Wade. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
Josh McRoberts has checked in for Miami. Here's Duncan, and it's good in the assist by Parker.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. But a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
And for the Heat, they're shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Feeds it to Wade. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
They got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. They gave the fans what they wanted. And that's exactly how you close the game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Tony Parker, I don't think there's any question the best player ever to come out of France. In fact, back in the summer of 2013, he led France to the Euro Cup championship in Slovenia. Just a terrific performance there for Parker.
And Parker drops them both.
France has really produced some quality NBA players. You think about Boris Diaw, Nick Batum. Batum actually carried France in that title game against Lithuania.
Wade kicks to McRoberts. Offensive rebound, Heat. Dang gets a wide open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Dang's got the lead up to 13 now for Miami. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Green. The tray. Miami grabs the miss.
As a player, you always want to be able to answer back, but he just didn't have it in him that time.
And Parker with the block. This one for three. Off target with that shot. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin.
Dwayne, you had a huge impact on the boards tonight. Was that something you tried to do?